The Greedy Friend's Betrayal. Life after university and the inheritance that changed everything. 3 years passed after graduation. Life had taken Emily and Daniel in different directions, but their friendship remained as strong as ever. Emily had achieved her dream of becoming a graphic designer. She worked for a famous publishing company in London and loved her job. She lived in a small apartment near the city centre and enjoyed a simple, peaceful life. Daniel, on the other hand, had entered the business world. He had changed a lot. The cheerful university student had become an ambitious young man who thought about money almost every minute of the day. He had tried several business ideas, but none of them had been successful. One business failed after 6 months. Another collapsed because of poor management. A third company closed before making any profit. Each failure made Daniel more frustrated. He wanted success immediately. He wanted expensive cars and luxury apartments like the wealthy businessmen he saw on television. But no matter how hard he tried, success seemed to stay out of his reach. An old friend's kindness. One evening, Daniel sat alone in his apartment, looking at his unpaid bills. His bank account was almost empty. His rent was overdue. He did not know what to do. At that moment, his phone rang. It was Emily. "Hey, Daniel," she said cheerfully. "How are you?" Daniel forced himself to smile. "I'm fine." "No, you're not," Emily replied. "I know your voice." Daniel remained silent. "What's wrong?" she asked. After a long pause, he finally spoke. "I'm having financial problems." Without hesitation, Emily said, "Meet me tomorrow." The next day, they met at their favorite cafe. Daniel looked tired and worried. Emily listened carefully as he explained his problems. When he finished speaking, she opened her handbag and handed him an envelope. "What's this?" he asked. "A loan." Daniel looked surprised. "I can't take your money." "Yes, you can." But you've helped me many times before," she said with a smile. "Now it's my turn." Daniel slowly opened the envelope. Inside was £2,000. He looked at her with gratitude. "Thank you, Emily." "You don't have to thank me. That's what friends are for." At that moment, Daniel felt ashamed. Emily had always been there for him. She trusted him completely. She believed in him even when he had stopped believing in himself. A sad goodbye. A few months later, Emily received heartbreaking news. Her grandfather, William Carter, had passed away. He had always been very close to her. As a child, she spent every summer at his countryside house. He had taught her to paint, to read classic novels, and to believe in herself. His death left a huge emptiness in her heart. The funeral took place in Manchester. Daniel travelled with her to support his friend. After the ceremony, Emily sat quietly in the garden. "Daniel said beside her." "I'm going to miss him," she whispered. "I know. He always believed I could do anything." Daniel gently placed his hand on hers. "He was proud of you." Tears filled Emily's eyes. For a long time, neither of them spoke. The unexpected news. Several weeks later, Emily received a call from a lawyer. "Miss Carter," the lawyer said, "your grandfather left a will." Emily was surprised. "A will?" "Yes, there are some matters we need to discuss." The next day, she visited the lawyer's office. The lawyer opened a file. "Your grandfather left you his savings, investments, and countryside property." Emily looked confused. "I don't understand." The lawyer smiled. "Miss Carter, your inheritance is worth approximately £500,000. Emily's eyes widened. "500,000?" "Yes." She could hardly believe it. She had never imagined receiving so much money. When she left the office, she immediately called Daniel. "Can we meet?" she asked excitedly. "Of course." That evening, they met by the River Thames. "I have unbelievable news," she said. "What happened?" She smiled. "My grandfather left me a huge inheritance." Daniel looked surprised. "Really?" £500,000. For a few seconds, he said nothing. £500,000. The number echoed in his mind. It was more money than he had ever dreamed of having. "Daniel?" Emily asked. He quickly smiled. "That's wonderful. I'm so happy for you." She laughed. "I still can't believe it." "What are you going to do with the money?" "I don't know yet." That answer remained in Daniel's mind. "I don't know yet." The beginning of temptation. That night, Daniel lay awake in bed. He kept thinking about Emily's inheritance. £500,000. Enough money to solve all his problems. Enough money to make him successful. Enough money to change his entire life. He tried to stop thinking about it, but he couldn't. For the first time in his life, a terrible thought entered his mind. What if some of that money became mine? He immediately sat up. "No," he whispered. "She's my best friend." But the idea refused to disappear. The more he thought about the money, the more powerful the temptation became. Outside his window, the lights of London sparkled in the darkness. Inside the room, Daniel stared at the ceiling and wondered whether fate had just placed an opportunity in front of him. He did not know it yet, but that single thought would become the beginning of a betrayal that would destroy a beautiful friendship forever. To be continued in The Dangerous Plan begins.